Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are you all? It's been a while since I've been on through all the Christmas madness and everything else. But I'm back this evening, obviously, with my little show. So do come in, do comment, do let us know that you are watching. I know we're only streaming from YouTube at the moment, but do keep your comments coming in. Do say hello. Do let me know that you are there. And as always, I always ask if you could please share us out as well. Get SPTV out there. Share us on your socials, like the pages, like the live stream, share it, get us out there. It's a free channel as well. So if you are on Facebook, I know you're not watching on Facebook this evening, but no, we don't ask for anything, any stars, anything like that. It's a complete free channel. So we would appreciate if you could share this channel out. So I hope you're all well since I've been away for a little while. I hope you had a good Christmas. Oh, Happy New Year. I should say that, I guess. Happy New Year as well. Can you believe it's 2024? Madness, isn't it, really? But yeah, get your comments coming in, and I'm going to start saying hello to people. So who have we got? Okay, all right. Marvelous. So Kelsey, good evening, Kelsey. Nicola, hello to you, Nicola. Rain Cloud R, hello to you as well. Some new faces here. It's lovely to see. Is it Danny's Energy Healing? Hello to you as well. Happy New Year to you, Jennifer, and everyone else that's watching as well. Kaylee Watt, hello to you. Happy New Year. Sam B, good morning to you. Who else have we got? So I've got Nicola saying hello to Rain and Christine. Who else is coming up? Let's see. Some more people coming on. Lisa Wilkinson, hello to you. Good evening to you, Lisa. But yeah, welcome. I can see you all talking to yourselves in the chat as well. No, do say hello to each other. But if you're not seen me work before, I'll just explain how I work. Just if you're not familiar, because there are some new faces I've not seen before. But obviously, you're very welcome. Kelsey, hello to you. So I work mediumistically. Hello, Christine Davis. Hello to you as well. So yeah, I work mediumistically. So I am attempting to communicate with your loved ones in the spirit world, or they communicate with me, whatever way around you want to put it. And I don't always know where I'm going. So this evening, if you are watching and paying attention, you need to listen out to what information I'm giving out, unless I do come direct. So again, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just don't know where I'm going. So when I give out the information from the spirit world, I'm just blending with the spirit world and allowing them to communicate with me. And I'm just going to put out there what I am receiving from spirit. So if you can understand the majority of the information that I am saying through the communication that's coming through, then do put in your comments as quick as you can. If I feel so drawn there, then I shall work with you. Now, I emphasize the word majority because, look, I understand that we all want a message from spirit, especially this time of the year as well. But it's really important that I place the evidence and the link with the right person, so you know that I'm connecting with your loved one and no one else's. That's really important. So if I give 10 pieces of information and you only understand 2 pieces, then the message is probably not going to be for you, but it will be for someone else who can take the majority of the information. And I say it as I see it, right? So whatever spirit give me, I just say what's coming in, what I see, hear, and feel. So again, if you can take what I am saying, then please do put that in the comments. So I think I've said hello to most people that are watching. If I haven't, apologies. I'll say hello to Paul. I just saw you come up. So hello, Paul. But yeah, as you come on, do comment as you're coming in as well. But we'll start because I've already got the first link coming in anyway. Okie dokie. So let's see. No, that's fine, but you can turn the comments off. That's all right. So I get a bit distracted otherwise. Rosalind Crump, hello to you. I'll say hello to Rosalind. She came up early on. Right, so the first link that I have got a young man with me, actually. So he's still an adult man, but I feel quite young. Definitely, if I feel like I'm potentially in my 20s. It might be a little bit like young, like a teenager. Not too sure on the age yet, so don't quote me. But I feel like a young energy. I don't feel like this person is going to be someone's father. Let's put it that way. It feels more that this could be your brother, a friend, cousin, partner, or it could be someone's son. Someone who's watching could be your son. Now, this young lad that I've got coming in, I feel quite full of life with this one because it keeps showing me he's on a roller coaster and he's got his hands in the air as this roller coaster is going round and round, up and down, everything else, and is loving it. So I do feel there would be a link to going to something like a theme park or being that person that loves the roller coasters. And I'm emphasizing that because I don't like them. So you won't get me on the roller coaster that goes upside down. So I know the feeling I've got with this one is that he did like that. He liked that adrenaline rush. He liked going upside down. So I feel a real significance of going on this roller coaster. I did question in my head, is it because he was up and down a little bit in his mind? But I don't feel it's that. I do feel it's literally, I'm on a roller coaster. I'm having a lovely time. I love the adrenaline rush. And so that's how it's making me feel there. He also keeps blowing bubbles at me. And what I mean by that is, but it's bubblegum bubbles. He keeps showing me, it's not quite the size of a gobstopper. It's like a round, I feel like a round bubblegum ball is chewing on that and is blowing bubblegum bubbles at me as well. So I just need to bring that in and mention that. Now, with this young lad that I've got, I don't see his passing coming. So what I mean is we weren't expecting him to pass. I do feel a sense of shock and surprise with his passing because I feel like it's come out of the blue. I don't feel like he was ill, like having a traditional illness, anything like that. I just feel like I don't know, and I don't always get how someone passed, right? So I don't know if this was an accident or something else, but I just feel like we weren't expecting him to pass when he did, or to pass at all, actually. Is that okay? The color blue is important. Now I could put that down to a favorite color or always wearing the color blue, liking to wear the color blue, but I'm getting the color blue put around him as well. Um, but a real happy-go-lucky lad. I just feel quite young at heart. If he was slightly older than I'm seeing him, then it's telling me that he was quite young at heart. I don't feel overly how do I put it? He's an adult, but it's like I don't want to adult. I want to be young, have fun, live my life. And he feels that kind of way to me. Now, also, he keeps drawing my attention to his eyeballs. So, but they look like piercing blue eyes. There's something about his eyes that is showing me as well. But I feel like they would be one of his like recognizable features. His eyes I've got to look at. So it's drawing me there as well. Okay, okay. I don't get too caught up on names. But there's a name of, I feel like he's given me Adam as being significant. Now, I don't feel it's necessarily his name, but that name just quickly dropped in my head. So I don't know if that's a brother's name or a friend's name, but Adam dropped into my mind as well. So I just need to give that out. Kelsey, let's look at Kelsey. Let me get one more thing, Kelsey, just to make sure I'm with the right person. Say it to me again. Okay, May. May is also important. So there'll be a birthday, passing, anniversary, which is significant. It relates to you or to someone or to him in spirit. Okay, Kelsey, can I work with you, please? So, Richard, could you just flick up the first? Oh, I must be psychic. You must be psychic. So Kelsey, best friend growing up was in a tragic accident. He was the life of the party, only 21 when he went. Okay, that fits that for me. Beautiful blue eyes, fabulous. And I think she said she was dating. I was dating Adam when he was alive. Okay, so Kelsey, I do feel like I do feel right there. Okay, and hopefully you can add that yes is to May as well, if that makes sense. Now, I've got to say the energy, the character that this young man is bringing forward, Kelsey, is just really. I feel really light-hearted with him, and I've said it before. I feel quite jovial with him as well. But honestly, the way he brings himself forward, he's not not that I would expect a spirit person to be sad about their passing, but he's really not. He's coming forward. He is happy. He is smiling, happy-go-lucky. I want to say with him as well. And his birthday's April. Not sure, but May. That's all right. That's fine. But I need to put May there. It could be to do with him, whether it's his mother's birthday or something. I don't know. Not making it fit, but May did come in, so I'm not going to change it to April because I didn't hear April. I heard May in my head, so I'm going to keep that as it is. If that's all right. But his what do I say? What are you trying to show me, my friend? What are you trying to show me? Oh. Would it make sense, Kelsey, if I said that how am I gonna okay. He liked to think he could dance, but he couldn't. Because I feel like his like break dancers, it's that kind of thing that I'm seeing, but I just don't know if I was actually good at it. Although I thought I might have been, I actually wasn't that good at it. But as I'm seeing in my head doing this, he's having a laugh, he's messing about, thinking he can dance. I have got to mention some break dancing thing I've got going on here as well. But I think that's just his character and his personality that he's trying to bring in here as well. But there is this dancing thing that I need to reference there. I know we've already covered the eyes, right? But it just keeps showing me. It must be really proud. Sounds mad to say, but quite proud of his eyes because he keeps showing them to me, and they are like really piercing blue eyes. And it's one of those things. You look at him, that's what you can notice that straight away. Is there anything else you're saying to me? Okay. Kelsey, I don't know if there's an Irish connection here, or whether he's trying to give. Because what he keeps saying to me is he keeps saying Paddy, Paddy. So I know from being part Irish, Paddy is short for Patrick, right? Or Paddy. Paddy is well known in Irish, culture. We also talked about how he had the same eyes. Okay, that's fine. It keeps showing them to me, so it's obviously important for him to mention. So I don't know if there is an Irish connection or if there is someone called Patrick that's related here as well. But I just need to mention that because I keep hearing Paddy, 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 unless it means something else to you. But I just need to mention that. But that's my mind goes straight to Ireland when I'm hearing that. So I'll leave you with that as well. October. There's an October significance as well, Kelsey, because October just dropped into my mind with this one as well. What you keep showing? Okay, and for whatever reason, Kelsey, I've got to mention how he's dressed as well. And spirits don't always want to put that on me because we know they're here, right? But I guess it's trying to really describe himself and identify himself, so this is him 100%. He's a very casual dresser. I'm just dressed in loose fitting jeans and a like a t-shirt. Sounds really generic, but that's how he's presenting himself because he wants to be comfortable. I don't want to put him in a suit. I don't want to be suited and booted. He still looks smart casual, but it is just I don't look scruffy with him. It's just I've got a nice pair of jeans on, a nice t-shirt, and that's just how he's presenting. Never took life. I mean, he's only 21, so I guess some people at 21 you might not take life too seriously. You might not be so aware of things that you may be when you get slightly older, right? But I don't take life too seriously. I feel like I made the most of what I had as I was here, right? He had a laugh. I don't want to take life too serious. My friend, is there anything else you would like me to say? Bring that. Okay, right. Now, Kelsey, just as a wrap up here, give you the message that is just dropping into my mind for you. You understand this? That's fine. He wants you, Kelsey, to bring the spark back, and this isn't necessarily to do with him or the memory of him. Oh, he didn't have fear. He always was wild and fun and laughing and partying. Yeah, absolutely. That's him. Well, that to a T. Um, yeah, he wants you to bring the spark back. So the way my mind and well, actually, no, he's telling me that there's something that's happened around you recently, which I feel has been quite tough because this show is telling me that you've gone through a bit of a hard time recently, haven't we all? But it's just what he's recognizing here, and I don't know if you can understand the feeling of your the light has gone out a little bit, whether it's within yourself or just within your life in general, because it's saying she needs to bring that spark back. She needs to bring that laughter back that we experienced together whilst I was alive. So hopefully you can understand. Oh, and yourself, that's fine, because he sees that you're. I mean, I don't know how long ago this was, so you know you're going to change as a person as you get older, but he doesn't see the same spark that he saw when he was physically here within you, right? So what he's saying is bring that spark back. Now, how you do that is obviously up to you, right? And spirit are never going to tell us what to do, but that's just what he wants to see from you to bring that happiness back in, that spark back in a little bit, if that makes sense, Kelsey. Um, so just know that your lovely friend here, he hasn't gone very far, right? As he says, I'm still around. I just think he needed to come in for you and just remind you of that it might have been gone a while. Yes, David, he would bring that out in me. Fabulous. Well, he's trying to bring it out in you again now that it's in spirit, right? Because we know spirit know what's going on down here. So try and do what you can to to bring that spark back, even if it's just a thought of him and speaking to him in your head, right? I know it sounds mad to some people, but some of us do talk to our loved ones in our head, and that's just the way we keep that connection with them. If you're having a down day, ask him, say, "Oh, you," well, not necessarily "or you," but give me a memory that we have together that's going to make me laugh, and just allow that memory to drop into the mind, just for that one moment, just to put that smile back on your face, even if it's just for 5 minutes, just to keep that connection with them and keep that laughter going as well. So, Kelsey, I'm going to stop rambling on now and leave that with you. But Kelsey, thank you very much for commenting there and for taking that link. Marvelous. Thank you. Everything. Ah, I see. Okay. Right. Okay. So, so you guys know what's happening. I'm hearing Richard in my ear, so I know that Tracy could take that as well, and I think it said Debbie Lamb as well. Okay. So, people, if you could understand parts of that as well, no, do take that as a little connection from spirit as well, because as we know, doing this work, we can have piggybackers, and no, spirit are quite intelligent at even if I'm directing a message at one person, spirit are very good at knowing how to spread that message out to more than that one person. So those people that needed to hear that or could take the evidence, which is important, that you take the evidence, is that they're getting their message to you kind of indirectly as well through another link, if that makes sense. So Tracy and Debbie, thank you for commenting as well. And if you can take some of that, then do take that as well. Zambia, that's fine. That's all right. But let me see. Now that I move on, hang on. Who? Right, hang on. Okay. That energy, not so the energy, it's a spirit person, but it's almost they're trying to separate. Okay, but hang on a second then. Now I've said that, I don't think this is if I'm directing this to Tracy or Debbie. Bear with me. Because now we've said it, it's like they've gone, right, we've done that one now. Let's move on to the next one, but from that same energy, if that makes sense. So, Kelsey, I'm just connecting Kelsey's link there for a friend. And I've got the same young feeling here. So I think, right, Tracy or Debbie, I don't know which one I need to direct this at. Would one of you understand, maybe both of you, we'll see. Would one of you understand a young lad eating, eating or balancing their peas on a knife? Because as I was trying to disconnect from Kelsey's reading, I know that her friend has stepped away, but I've still got the young energy of a male here, and I've just been shown this image of eating peas, or because I've got a knife, I've got peas being balanced on this knife, and then I'm eating the peas off the knife. So there is a memory of this young lad doing that. So Tracy or Debbie, if one of you can understand that, do put that in the comments, because that's quite specific. That's a bit out there. It's a bit random, really, but it's just what I've been shown as a way of keeping me in that energy. So a separate message then comes through for one of you. Okay, my friend, show me some. But the personality is very similar to the young man before, but I know it's just a separate it's a separate link coming in, because I feel it's separated in my head. So I've got these peas on a knife. I can see him doing that. It's okay. I just want to see if Tracy understands that. Nothing yet. Okay, because I've only got one person here, Debbie, not two. I know you're saying them, and I do know Debbie. By the way, she's one of my loyal followers, so I do know Debbie. I know there are at least two youngsters in spirit for her, but I've only got the one here. Come on, friend, give me something else to link in. Who is is that someone living? So right, I'm going to say this as well, and this is quite random, I know, but again, don't know, Dave, if you're going to be able to understand this, or Tracy, if Tracy is still there. I've just heard the word sober. Now, I don't feel that this relates to this young lad in the spirit. It feels more like there was someone in the family who got, because I feel like they're now sober, because all I'm hearing is they got sober. So it may be that there was someone living who's now in the spirit world who may have had a slight issue with alcohol, and now they've gone to spirit. They're now sober, and this young lad I've got is either with or has met that person in spirit who is sober. That's just my feeling here. So if Deb, if you can understand that, or if Tracy can understand that, it feels more like a male to me that may have drunk a little bit. The thing is, I don't want to say an alcoholic. It just feels somebody who liked a drink, but now is in spirit, is got sober. That's my feeling. Is what I'm mentioning there. And why it keeps showing Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse to me. There's a link to Disneyland with us as well. Okay, so Tracy, honey, I can take this. Dad was alcoholic. Okay, now, and Debbie can take that as well. Granddad. Okay. Tracy, let me come to you first. I may come to Debbie in a second. I just want to separate out so people get individual messages as well. So, Tracy, you understand the gentleman in spirit who said your dad was an alcoholic. I want to say not anymore, right? Because I've been told by this young lad, whoever this young lad is, that is with the person who is now sober. So just to let you know that. Tracy, can you just let me know? I don't know if this is a, God forbid, your son, or whether it's a younger relative, but can you just let me know what the relationship is to you? Because I don't know at this point, being all honest, right? I don't know who the son, I'm saying son. Why am I saying that? So Tracy, just let me know who this young lad is for you as well, because that will help, hopefully help build that link a little bit to make it a little bit stronger. So I know we stood here. So let me know who it is, to help me build that link a little bit more. Dave, I'm just looking at your comment there as well. Alcoholic was my dad and nephew went to Disneyland. That's fine. But let me just work with one at a time at the minute. So Debbie, keep listening, but let me work with Tracy. As long as Tracy's putting the comments in, I work with one at a time just to make it easier, so we're not getting too like cross messages or anything like that. I had miscarriage. Then yeah, then that's not as much as you want it to be for you, Tracy. This is not. This is a young lad that didn't make this earth, and lived lived a certain life. So as much as I know you want it to be your boy, that doesn't feel right for me, being very honest, right? And I don't make things fit. So I wouldn't do you any justice, me any justice, or the spirit world any justice. So it could also be that I have got your dad here, but this is not going to be your boy that I've got, all right? Because I'd feel it differently, okay? So what I'm going to do, just to be fair, to make sure I place a link with the right person, is let me work with. No, hang on a second before I go to Debbie. Tracy, I just want to say before I actually leave you for a second and work with Debbie on this. I don't know if your dad has something wrong with his eye, or this is you, because I've suddenly started rubbing my eye here. Because the man I've got in spirit, as I say, there wasn't an alcohol problem, and now he's sober, right? Again, it could be double link for Debbie, but I feel for you, Tracy. Do you know what? I feel you're owed an apology from Dad, because I feel that he could have been quite a tough man, right? Some people might say, "Oh, he's an alcoholic," but not all alcoholics are. No, they vary, right? From being lovely drunk alcoholics to up the other end of the scale, right? But I do feel like there's an apology coming for you, Tracy. So I don't know. It just feels to me like he may have been hard to deal with. He might have been harsh in some of his words that he used. But just as I was trying to leave, I keep being pulled back a little bit to say, no, I am sober now. I know I was tough to communicate with at times. I want to say that as well. And Tracy, would you understand the name of, I feel like I want to say Brian is placed somewhere. Now, I don't know if that's his name or whether this is someone else in the family, but I feel like I've got Brian. It feels like, I don't think it's Ryan. It sounds more like Brian that's been placed in my head. So there's not much else I'm getting there, Tracy, to be honest, but I do feel that Dad just popped his head in. So you know that since he's passed the spirit, it's not suddenly just become a saint since he's passed, right? But I do feel the sense of sobriety here. It might sound strange because they're in the spirit world, but I do want to say that because that was dropped into my head, and I say what I see, hear, and feel, as I said earlier on. Because I'm just a voice for spirit, and I wouldn't do him any justice if I ignored things that were coming in. You've got eye problems. I am so owed an apology. Okay, well, he wouldn't have said sorry whilst he was living. Oh, and his brother's name is Brian. Thank you. So I know absolute certainty that this is your dad's communicating, right? So I'm glad I didn't move on straight away. Yeah, your dad wouldn't have said sorry whilst he was living. Stubborn as a mule as well. Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah. he just said, I was always right. You can argue with him because what no what his thoughts were his thoughts, and he was right about everything, basically. Right is my feeling here as well. But I want to say again, when we go to spirit, we don't suddenly become angels nor angelic. However, I do know that when we go to spirit and we acted a certain way in life, we do. So I say we. I'm not up there yet, thankfully. But spirit are able to look at their lifetime and see how they treated people, and they kind of have that life reflection of how they were to people, right? And there is some of that going on. So although I want to give you the apology on his behalf, the funny thing is, it's not using the word sorry. It's almost like that word, it would struggle for that word to leave his lips. So although I'm not hearing sorry, I know that there's that sense of an apology coming, right? And it's going to sound funny as well, Tracy, but it's like it's just said to me, you don't necessarily have to forgive, but just acknowledge that he has tried to bring this apology through. Does that make sense? And a lot of people say, oh no, forgive and forget and all that kind of business. I don't feel like it's as easy as saying to you, I was apologizing, right? Because I feel like there was damage done. So from his point of view, I think he knows that, and he knows that he can say sorry as many times as he likes, but it's not necessarily going to be that, oh, suddenly I'm all better now. Do you know what I mean? So it's saying you don't have to necessarily forgive at this moment, but just acknowledge and understand he has tried to bring that apology through, if that makes sense to you. So Tracy, thank you very much for speaking up as well. Glad you did, because I'm able to get that little bit of information out. Oh my God, yes, I know. Okay, that's fine. And as I say, I never tell people what to do, right? But it's just the acknowledgement he has tried to bring that through. So Tracy, thank you very much for acknowledging that and for commenting as well. Thank you, thank you. So now I'll move to your so spot on. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, and I'm glad you could take it, Tracy. Right, let's go to Debbie Lamb. Debbie. And Debbie's dad was the same way too. Right, let's try and sort this out in my head as well. Seashells. Okay, so as I'm disconnecting from that spirit, I'm trying to re-establish the other connection with the young lads here. Now, Debbie, do you collect seashells or something? Because I've just been shown, as I'm linking in with you, is the seashells. I've just got to say it. The seashells. So if you can understand that, you're saying yes. So hopefully that's what you're saying yes to then. The seashells have just been put into my mind. Oh, Texas. Okay. And I feel this is the TV program is mentioning now, Debbie. Texas, is it Texas Walker Ranger? Is that what it's called? There's a TV show that's it's Texas Walker Ranger, isn't it? Okay, thank you, Richard. So Debbie, you can understand that? Is that a memory you have of your son or your nephew watching Texas Walker Ranger? Because that's just dropped in my head out of nowhere. Oh, you've got a bowl of them on your bathtub to the seashells. That's fine. So we've validated that. Perfect. Thank you, Debbie. But yeah, I'd be interested to know about this Texas Walker Ranger program. That's just been dropped into my mind as well. To who? Oh, had a sweet tooth, did you? Okay. Too much sugar. Yeah, too much. This one's got. I don't know if this is your son or your nephew, Debbie, because I've only got one here with me. I haven't got two. I've got the one, and it's the one that has had the sweet tooth, because he's talking to me about too much sugar. So that's also going to come into it as well, whether it's candy or cakes or whatever I used to like. But I've got a sweet tooth with this one as well. Okay. Playing tricks. playing jokes, running around like a mad person, very active. Not my son, but maybe my nephew. Not sure what what that one's referencing, Debbie. But I'm going to keep going anyway. Who? Chicago. Never been. Yes, Sweet Tooth, you have one. All right. And maybe it's just, actually, I don't know if it's a musical, whether it's the place. Debbie, would you understand a link to Chicago? Because my mind went there. My mind went firstly the city. But then, yeah, as you said, Richard, it could be the musical as well. But it's just simply Chicago has been put into my mind. It's referencing the TV show. Okay. Yeah, because that just came in very right suddenly. Okay. What else are you saying to me, boys? Boys? So I'm saying boys. There is a Ryan. A Ryan, not Brian. This is separate from the previous link. I've got Ryan, Ryan. It's been put into my mind as well, Debbie. So I need to put a Ryan around you, Debbie, as well. I'm not sure if it's one of the boys' names or whether it is someone else in the family with that name, Ryan, but I've got to call that name out. Give me something I don't know. I know that. I've seen Broadway, the Broadway musical, and Chicago are here. Okay, that's fine. Because you can understand what the Chicago is. So it's just making me aware that Ryan is nephew's friend. Okay, so that understandable then. Why is referencing the Ryan? Anything else you want to give me before I move on? Now, Debbie, you understand if I reference someone as being Pa, like, I mean, I call my dad, right? My granddad was Pops, but I feel like I don't find I want to say Pa, like whether it's Pa is for dad or whether it's grandpa, I got a reference, but I'm hearing like the like hey Pa rather than hey dad or hey Pops. Kind of got Pa just being put into my mind as well. Got to mention Pa. That's how it's just been put into my mind. Is glad you put the tree up. I'm glad she put the tree up. Okay. You know, okay. So I feel like this young lad, Debbie, again, I'm still not sure whether this is your nephew, because it feels like the energy is in and out, it's in and out, it's in and out. So I don't know if I've got two boys. Honestly only felt the one, but my mouth keeps wanting to say boys. I know when I've read a few before, the pair of them have come in together, and that's because they're very much in the spirit world. They are together. They're tight. They are like that. But it's very much, it's almost like one in, one out, one in, one out. They're up and down, run around. They're very active spirits. Nephew called his dad Pa. Thank you. I must be psychic. So, in all honesty, then, Debbie, my feeling is that your nephew is the one that's doing most of the communicating here rather than your son. And it's not to say your son's not here, right? Because I could feel that he is. But it feels like the nephew, yeah, I don't know if your nephew was the more talkative one or the more active one in life, but he seems to be one that's doing most of the communicating here. The tree, that was very hard for me. It's my son. Yeah, so that's why I said it feels like it keeps switching in and out. It's one and then that one, then that one, then that one, then that one. So he's glad you put the tree up because he knows that was very hard. So he's glad you managed to get that tree up and lit. But but it keeps drawing my mind to one particular bauble or ornament that's on the tree, which either he would have put up every year when he was living, or whether it's like one of those um what's the word I'm looking for? Like one you put up in memory, like that's the I can't think of the word. I lose all my words when I'm reading. Oh, I can't think. Not the what like it's in memoriam. That's not the word I want to say. Tribute, remembrance. Yeah, tribute. Yeah, that's a better word. I completely lost my mind. Yeah, like that kind of thing. I want to put up there as well. And what's the reference? Nephew talkative and very active. My son more quiet. Thank you, because that explains to me why then that your nephew seems to be the one that's really like talk, 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 evidence, 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 and your son's more kind of laid back a little bit and letting the other one do all the talking, right? So thank you for mentioning that. So yeah, so nephew wants to reference his path as well. I know we've already covered that, but just want to come back to that quickly. Who? Okay, an unusual name, but I've got to give it. There's like I don't know if it's like a Gerard, like a Gerard. Might have been called Jerry for short, but it's a Gerard name that I've got to mention as well. Yes, a memorial ornament. Thank you very much. So it's just that your son is just trying to make sure he gets his little bit in, so you know that he's also coming through as well. All right. Okay, right, boys. I'm going to wrap up now. That's all right. What you come to say? Okay, just coming. Cheer her up, cheer her up, cheer her up, cheer her up. Okay. So, Debbie, very simple, might sound quite basic, but these boys, because of their characters, their personalities, they just want to come and cheer you up because they are very. There is a Jared. Get out of it. All right, marvelous. So yeah, they come in. They want to put a smile on your face again because I know it's now New Year, and it's almost like they want you to find a new lease of life, Debbie, this year. And look, I know, when you lose a child, right, life is very different, and you're going to have those days where you don't feel like doing much, right? But really, they want the sense of, can you tell her to cheer up, we've come to make her laugh, and to really take 2024 by the balls. I'm going to say it because that's how I'm feeling it. I was going to say by the horns, but it didn't sound right for me to say that. So, Deb, you've got to take 2024 by the balls, right? And I want to, yeah, as long as it doesn't hurt, yeah. And I don't know, I feel like I want to make changes this year for you and try something a bit different this year. I want you to be, well, not me, but it's not, they want you to be fearless, is the word that dropped into my mind. I want you to be fearless this year and try something new, whether it is, I don't know, a new hobby, or whether it's going to a new place you've never been to before, or a new country or something. But they want you to take this year and, yeah, try something different out of the comfort zone and really utilize 2024 to its fullest, if that makes sense, what I'm saying. But Debbie, thank you very much also for commenting and for taking that as well. I'm also glad you did. So I've got 3 messages out there, which I feel needed to be heard. So Debbie, thank you very much. And I'll leave their love with you. Marvelous. I'm in a funk and did need to stay. Thank you. Working on picking myself back up again. Well, you'll get there because these boys, I tell you, they will make sure it happens. And they would say balls. Thank you. So I'm glad I stuck my guns there and didn't change it to horns. It just didn't feel right. I can take that, try something new. Absolutely. Right. So before I get on with the next one, just as a reminder, for this evening at 8 p.m, we also have Vanessa Smallwoods going live as well. So do stick around for Vanessa a bit later. And thanks to everyone that has liked, shared, commented this evening as well. Please do keep sharing us out there, getting SPTV out there. Thank you very much. Right. What am I being shown now? Hang on a second. Let's separate this in my head. What's going on? I still feel them hanging around. I say, come on, boys, step back. Let someone else come in. What are you showing? Oh, what's the Wombles? What's this about? Right, hang on. Let's get to the bottom of this. Okay. Oh, come on. Right, okay. I don't feel that. I feel this is a separate link. I've asked the boys to step back, and they are. And I feel like I've got another male coming in. It's all the boys tonight. But this one, it feels to me like it is a fully grown adult, but it's referencing a children's TV show, The Wombles. Now I remember The Wombles. It's the fact I had a little Wombles cuddly toy as a kid as well. But it showed me The Wombles, which was I'm sure it was like an English it was like an institution because they were always taught they're very, very popular, the Wombles. And I feel like I've got a male that's showing me this because it's coming from my left hand side, which is my male side. Come on, friend. I've been showing the Wombles. I'm getting the month of August being given to me as well as being an important month. The funny thing is, I'm not seeing this spirit person yet, but I know it's a man that's been told I'm a gentleman. Okay, so I've got this is an older man that's coming through. But it's an older man, but again, it could be an older man who would be your brother. I don't feel like it's dad. It feels like it could be an older brother. This is not a child coming in. It's a fully grown adult who would have passed as an adult, but is make me kind of feel like he's coming in with a memory of watching the Wombles with you when you were kids. And you're not kids now because you're fully grown adults. That's just my feeling I've got here. Come on, my friend, give me some more. I don't necessarily feel so old when this guy passed. Maybe in my 50s or 60s. I don't feel too old when I passed. I don't necessarily feel shocked by his passing either. There might have been a slight illness or a short illness prior to his passing, so I don't feel, as I say, like it was unexpected per se. But it feels more to me like it's going to be. It does feel more like a brother type of energy. Come on, friend, give me some more. Okay. Outside. Okay, this gentleman I feel what like to be outside. I'm not an indoors kind of guy. I want to be outside, whether I'm in my garden or I'm going for a walk. So I feel like this is going to sound really mad. I'm sure there was a Womble that was dressed in a mac and a rain hat. Unless my mind hasn't made that up. Because I feel like this guy is joking with me, and that's how he's dressed. And that's why I feel like he's like to spend a lot of time outside because I'm dressed for all weathers. I've got my Mac on, I've got like my rain hat on, and I feel like I'm digging. So I don't know if I'm at an allotment, like planting things, or I'm just outside in my garden, but I don't want to be stuck indoors. I want to be outside. I'm very good in my hands, manual labor. I've got a shovel in my hand, so I am digging things up. So I know that. 5'9", 5'10". I want to be put around that kind of height as well. It's just showing me that. I'm looking at Lucas there as well. Me, dad, and brother used to have a Womble date every day. Oh, okay, right. Let's see what else I get. Lucas, could you understand? Oh, Wellington Womble. Oh, let me see. And my stepdad would watch the Wombles with my daughter. I feel I want to go with Luke at this particular minute. Let me see. So, Lucas, could you understand what the like in being outside? There was a Womble with a Mac, and how I thought there was, because that's what I've been shown. But I do again. I feel like I'm outdoorsy because I want to be outside. I want to go for a walk. But I do feel like I'm digging the grass up or the earth up or something. That's what I feel like I'm doing as well. So again, I don't know whether that is the garden that he liked to do, whether it's part of a job that he did, but I do feel that as well with this gentleman. I do feel very wet, I've got to say. So I do feel like I would be out in all weather because I feel like it's been raining because my Mac is wet, my hat is that. I just feel that as well. Um, I feel quite a laid back guy, is what I want to say with this man as well. Um, I won't necessarily say quiet, but I just feel a little bit more kind of go with the flow, laid back kind of man is what I want to say. Not the kind of man though that necessarily put himself at the forefront of things. Like there are some people, if they're in a crowd of people, they'd kind of step back a little bit rather than be involved in a crowd, if that makes any sense as well. So if that makes sense um, to Lucas, then let me know. I know Christine Davis as well. Is talking about his stepdad there. So let me just let me get some more information to make sure I place it with the right person. Roses were his favorite. I've got roses, and I feel like it just says to me they're my favorite. So if I'm not with Lucas, I'm with Christine. I know I'm with one of them. Let's see if Christine can understand the roses connection. Because that's very clear. Favorite of roses. It might sound like a generic flower, right? But it's just what's been put into my mind. All of used to go hiking. All of us used to go hiking in the mountains, and he dug up grass to make trenches. Oh, for your action, man. Right, let me see. Would you understand? Oh, Christine. Oh, right, I've got another double link coming in. Isn't that fun? Right, let's see if I can separate this out. Okay, he helped my granddad with his rose garden. Okay, so again, a lot of similarities. Right, sort yourself out upstairs, please. Right, I've got to go to Lucas first. I might come to Christine in a minute. So, Christine, keep listening, but let me work with Lucas. Because I feel I want to go here. So, Lucas, we understand this is your dad then, if I'm correct, making the connection. And if it is Lucas, and I mean, if I'm indeed with you, he's given me, and this can be quite specific, but so specific we might not recognize it. So what he's given me a particular day of the week to mention. Now, days of the week we're not always going to remember exactly that point in time, unlike like a month or whatever. We can understand when someone passed in a month or whatever, but it's given me a particular day of the week. It keeps giving me a Wednesday, Lucas, right? Now, what I've learned when Spirit give me particular days of the week, they are significant in the fact that either they passed on a Wednesday, or the last time you saw them was on a Wednesday, or Wednesday was your day to get together or whatever. I don't always get the context around it, but I just keep hearing Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. And I don't think it's a TV program because that's happened to me before. I've said Wednesday and someone went to fancy dressed as Wednesday. I don't think it's that. I feel it's more the day of the week that is giving me to reference. All right. So I need to give you that as well. I okay, that's a bit random, but I might have to give it. Okay, I don't know if you like Ferrero. I can't say it. Ferrero Rocher's chocolates, Lucas. It might be for Paul as well. But I've got Ferrero a tin of Ferrero Rochers. I've got to give you as well. They just dropped into my mind. Unless you had them for Christmas, you might have done. But I've got to give you them as well. Adventurous. Was you a bit adventurous? All right. Quite I want to say a bit adventurous then with this man. That was the last day my mum saw dad alive in hospice. Okay, thank you. So then that just validates for me, Lucas, that this is your link here. All right. He just want to identify himself by giving that. Okay, it's a bit. Come back to what I just said. I feel quite adventurous. That could be to do with the hiking. I don't know, but there's a sense of adventure with this man as well. I'll just give you a few more bits so I can just move on quickly before we finish. I don't know what that is. it, no, I hate them, but always got them as a Crimbo gift. Right, well, maybe he's having a laugh then, so I feel like I need to give you these Ferrero Rochers. Really good if I got this correct, but I don't think I am. Lucas, he keeps wanting to give me a song, but I got no clue what the song is, so I'm not hearing it or hearing any lyrics. But I know most people have a song that that reminds you of your loved one in the spirit world, or whether it was played at the funeral, or whether it was just another significant song that always takes your mind to that person. But I feel like Dad is saying, mention the song, but it doesn't really help me because I'm not hearing what the song is. So it's just the acknowledgement that there is a particular song that you listen to and it reminds you of Dad, or it could be a particular song that you can't listen to because it does remind you of your dad, if that makes sense. But I don't know what it is. It's not giving me any context, any hint as to what this song might possibly be. So I can't really help you with that one. But I feel there is a particular record or a song that he just wants to bring in as well. Okay. No, okay. You can't look backwards when you're looking forwards. Oh, that just popped in. So, Lucas, that is the message there. Quite simply, as he says it, you can't move forward when you're looking backwards. So, my feeling with that, Lucas, this is my interpretation of it, is that keep going in the direction that you're moving in, but don't allow those things in the past to hamper your progress, right? High Cathedral, if that's a song and you can take it, I've got no kind of hint towards whatever the song was. But if you can understand that, you can understand the reference to the song, then do take that. But yeah, keep moving forwards. Don't keep looking back. Don't be tempted to look back at old things unless you've dealt with them or not dealt with them. Keep moving forward in the direction that you're going in. My son. I've got to call you my son. That's how it's referencing that. So do keep moving forwards. You've got a good man on your side to help you do it, moving forward together. But yeah, try not to be tempted to look back because that stops you moving forward. Very simple, very basic. That's what it said to me. So Lucas, thank you very much. I'm going to leave his love with you, if that's all right. And then let's quickly move on to Christine Davies, if she's still there watching. Has anything? Okay. All right. She might have gone. Oh, she's still here. So Christine, if you're still there, let's just see your comments. Okay. Hi, Christine. Said hi. Okay, I think you said Christine is your stepdad, I think you said, isn't it? Especially the Wombles reference. My stepdad would watch the Wombles with my daughter. Okay. He loved the outside. My stepdad had a big garden. Okay. Rain wouldn't bother him. No, I just felt very wet. He grew roses. Okay, okie dokie. All right. Christine, would you understand who gets the headaches? Because suddenly, as I'm sat here looking at your comments now, I've got a pain right across my head. So I don't know if that's you that suffers from headaches or migraines, or whether this was your stepdad that was getting or had issues like behind the eyes, or whether it was just headaches that he got. So I've just got a strip of pain right across my head, right across here. It feels like it's behind the eyes. Do you know, that's why I'm wincing as I'm sat here, because it feels like it's right across there. And so it's going to give me any. So again, okay. There's a May connection for you as well, Christine, because I'm asking to give me something else, just something separate. So I know it's a different link here. And May has just dropped into my mind. So I need to give you the month of May as being important, whether it's placed with him or just to yourself. But May has dropped in. Okay. I feel like I want to say that he worked as hard as he could, is what I want to say. Or he's saying I worked as hard as I could to provide is what I want to say, and I guess that's, you know, you would do. That's the reason we work these days, isn't it, to provide. But it's bringing that acknowledgement in. Issues with the what? With the okay. Now, Kristen, I don't know if this is arthritis that he's referencing here, but it's saying had bad headaches. Okay, that's fine. It's taken off now. Now I've mentioned it, it's gone. So thank you. Yes, May is okay. It's saying there's issues with the bones. So I don't know if that. I mean, there are lots of issues that, you know, could be related to the bones, whether it's arthritis or other bits and pieces that go on, but issues related to the bones. So I don't know if that, again, if he's referencing himself here, or whether it's the acknowledgement of someone living is having issues with, I don't know, the joints, or, you know, arthritis or something like that. But it's just the way he just said it to me is issues with the bones. That's just how I kind of need to leave it there, so I don't over interpret it. He was always worried that he didn't work hard enough, and I feel that's why he's saying it then, Christine. He said, I did what I tried my best, I tried to work as hard as I could. So I'm glad that's the acknowledgement. That's why he was saying that to me then. Who likes a donut? Okay. Oh, you do, Richard. Oh, he had issues with bones. Thank you. Okay, fab. But someone, yeah, is laughing at someone likes a donut. Richard likes a donut. I like a donut. But I think he liked a donut as well, or someone here likes a donut, to do with you, Christine. I just bring that little bit in just to kind of make you laugh a little bit, I guess. Just bring a silly thing like that in. But he's mentioned it, so I've got to mention it as well. Right, quickly then, before we go, my friend. Okay. Okay. Christine, keep doing the good work. All right. Again, it might sound quite generic, quite basic, but I say it as I'm hearing it. There's not always a life-changing message with these things, but I think the encouragement is coming in to keep doing the good work, Christine. I do, and he did. Fabulous. So that's where the link is there for the donuts. Keep marching on. Keep doing the good work. Keep marching on. Keep soldiering on is probably a better way of putting it. As I've looked at that clock, it says 11111. So this is a great place to finish. Angel numbers, if you believe in angel numbers. So Christine, I'm going to leave you with that from your stepdad. Again, just the encouragement is keep going. All right, keep marching on. No matter what brick walls that you might feel like you hit, no matter what other people might say, you keep doing what you're doing, all right, and doing the good work, as he's calling it, which I feel is related to your spiritual work, is what I want to say. So Christine, keep it going, pay no attention to other people, do what you do, and that's it. So thank you very much again, Christine, for speaking up there as well. Well, ladies and gents, it's come to that time in the evening where I have to say goodbye. So firstly, let me just thank you all for joining this evening. Thank you all for commenting, for interacting, for sharing us out, for liking us as well. We very much do appreciate it. And just in what Christine's saying, first time he's been through, well, fabulous. I'm glad that I could bring him through for you. No problem. So that's it for me. So again, don't forget that this evening at 8 p.m. we have Vanessa Smallwood. And then I am back, not till the 31st of January, because although it's just been Christmas, next week I go to Thailand for 3 weeks. So that's why I'm going to miss a show. But I'll be back on the 31st of January at 6 p.m. So if you can join me then, please do. But until that time, look after yourselves. Again, I wish you all a very happy new year, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care of yourselves. See you later.